this to me.
You thought this was going to be a love message because of that song, huh? Well, think again, because I got a good one for y'all today, so keep listening.
Let's be lover girls, let's be lover boys like we should be. You know, we shouldn't be afraid of it. And that's what I'm trying to show y'all, is like, we don't have to be afraid to express ourselves, to wear our heart on our sleeve, to go through the healing process, to upgrade, and you know, just want the best for ourselves. Self-improvement. That's literally what my channel is about. And just having fun with it too. And I'm taking y'all on that journey with me. So stick along, because we've made some progress so far, baby. Y'all hear that thunder? Confirmation. Anyways, it is raining and thundering, but earlier it was so pretty. I'm literally wearing like shorts for the first time ever, and you know, I never wear summer attire really, but like once in a while when I have a day off and stuff, it's just that I've been wearing so much black, and it's like, I'm not going to a funeral, gracias a Dios, por favor, no quiero ir. I don't want to go to any. I don't want to look like I'm at one either. And like wearing lighter colors, neutral colors, that just makes me feel better automatically. Like once I put this honey baby, I was like, Babbitt energy activated. Let's go. But yeah, I think that we should dress up once in a while, or like at least try to have fun every so often. You know, it doesn't have to be every weekend. I don't think I can do it every weekend. Some weekends I'm on hermit mode, nobody talks to me, D&D, content day. But sometimes I feel live enough to just balance it out, and I think that's the point. And mostly I heard in another reading like, oh, you need to go outside, like we need to be outside. We have 1 more month left of summer. Like what? Today is August 1st, by the way. And I feel it. I feel like the summer is coming to an end, and I hate when the what's that song, Mariah the Scientist song, I hate when the summer ends. Like seriously. And I'm not excited for that. I'm literally in preparation mode and work mode, so I just wanted to switch it up a bit, and I'm just glad I did. And if I wanted to, I could dress up even more.
Period.
Yeah, I think right now is a good time to celebrate. You know, Mercury retrograde finally ended, bro. So like, I don't know, I feel like my spirits, Holy Spirit activate, Holy Spirit activate. Young ho activate. Okay, nah, I'm just kidding, I'm sorry, but we deserve to have some fun here and there. And only if you've been disciplined, only if you've been working hard, only if you've been doing what I've been saying and putting in that work, putting in that action, locking in. I know you locked into it because I see you. I see you doing your thing. So word, period. Keep going, keep getting at it, keep striving and not giving up, because that's the whole point, honey. It's all a process, and this process has not been easy at all. It's definitely been a process for me. Like everybody's always asking me like, oh, what do you want to do, especially, you know, with your content? And honestly, like I don't go around telling everybody that I meet in person that I do content. You know, I like to see first what's their vibe, and like if they would even understand these type of videos. You get what I'm saying? Before I suggest it to anybody. And it's not that I don't want to promote myself, it's not that I don't want you guys to share it. Like I want you guys to share it. I want to share it with everybody too. It's like everywhere, every room that I go to, I'm like, dang, if only you listen to my video, you know, you would be on my type of level mindset. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just, but that's the point, right? Anytime I meet somebody that I'm just like, I think they can benefit from listening to this, because I'm not just yapping. I don't think I'm just yapping anymore. I honestly, like, sometimes I do script these videos for y'all, and other times I just go based spontaneously. What I'm saying, like today is spontaneous, and it's just funny to see like what you guys kind of lean towards more. And I love it. I love the whole psychology of it. I study psychology, and this is what I love to do, just teaching about subjects that I am interested about, and about life and self-improvement, and I want you guys to be better. But it's all a process, you know what I'm saying? And people ask me that, they're like, oh, what do you want to do, and I never have an answer. I'm always like, you know, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that too if I wanted to, but it's hard. It's hard for me to choose. I've always been like so indecisive. I don't know. It's the Gemini in me. But it's hard for me to answer that question because of course I want to do my content. Like, I'm doing this because this is something that I'm not going to say that I've always seen myself doing, like, oh, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. But at the start of this, I was like, just playing around with it, not really taking it serious. But now it's like all coming together and I'm just like, you know what, like, I could go even harder if I needed to, if I wanted to. And it's like, do I want to go harder with my content and make more skits for y'all, more scripted videos that are more like learning style and not just like us talking? It depends. And I know y'all like the wellness videos as well, so I'm glad that y'all liking that, and I'm hoping to get back to it too. I haven't really been doing workouts at home anymore. I've been doing more at the gym, and I don't know, I just haven't gotten comfortable even recording at the gym yet. So I'm trying to get those for y'all too. But it's like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I just love every aspect of it. And if it comes down to it, like, I've always wanted to not just be a writer, but like, I love writing poems, I love writing songs, I love scripting videos, doing content, scripted content, journaling, any type of writing, honestly. And it's like I could go so many ways with that. So it's like I have to find different ways to
Plug in that creativity, baby.
test out, I guess, or just test run my hobbies and see which one I want to take, like, to the max, I guess. Like, if it's music or writing or content creation or teaching, it's so many things. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love my page, because it's not just one niche. And that's why I say, like, I'm just a versatile girl, because I feel like there's so many things that I love to do. And it's a process, like, for me to figure out exactly what it is that is our purpose here, right? It's a process to find that out. And it's like, I'm not in no rush. We don't need to be in no rush, because it's true, we have years and years and years probably of life, if we're lucky. And why in your 20s, 22 to 28, 29,
Even just mid-age
you're
in general.
still pressuring yourself, to have it all figured out. Literally, this is the process of us figuring it out. And I'm giving myself that grace. You should give yourself that grace. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that I wanted to be one of those people who get rich young, or have the perfect family young, get married young. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. What I would tell 22, 23-year-old me is like, you are not going to have it figured out, honey, before your 30s. And you need to start trying new things now and putting yourself out there now, because if you wait, you're gonna miss a bunch of opportunities that you could have gotten. And you're protected and you're backed up by the universe. Those opportunities are just gonna keep coming round and round back for you, because you're just like that. You deserve it. You're divine, and God loves you and God supports you. And no matter what's meant for you, you can never miss. What God writes for us in our story is what will unfold. You know what I'm saying? So his plan, I know, is always greater. And that's what I'm trying to align myself with basically this whole time. And I know that there's so many distractions. I'm somebody who gets so easily distracted. And that is something that I recognize and that I'm working with, and that I know God is working with me.
Thundering right on time. That's a sign.
Sometimes I can piss my angels off or whatever because I'm not listening. And that's usually when I start to slow down that process and slow down that figuring out of what kind of progress you want to make in this life. And so I'm not going to say that I've never wanted to be a YouTuber, because, me looking back now, growing up, I just hated to be in the spotlight. That's all it was, is that I'm not going to say I was bullied, but yeah, I guess you could say that. And like, I've always had to work on my insecurity and work on being confident and work on putting myself out there, because I was an introvert. I was a hermit, just growing up all my life, just a shy, quiet girl. And it's like, all of a sudden, like I posted, all of a sudden I just become this social girl, this social butterfly who just blooms out of her cocoon. And is trying to figure out her journey. So that's how I picture myself. I'm just trying to figure out my journey. And I see myself as this butterfly, this moth, just trying to find her flame, trying to light her passion on fire, and learning from others at the same time, being open to socializing and not being that insecure little girl anymore, not letting others' opinions project on me. And I think, hopefully everybody reaches a point like that where they're no longer projecting. And it's funny because on my way home after doing my nails, by the way, nails done, hair done, everything did. Anyways, you fancy, huh? We about to be fancy with all this abundance that's gonna come in from all that healing work that you did. And not just healing work, but the action that you put in to make that progress happen. On my way here, literally, I was like, what's crazy is that, like, after doing my nails, I took a little walk in the park, because it's like a really pretty park. And there was this woman who was asking me if I had like any change or anything to spare. And sadly, I didn't have any change or nothing. I just had my card on me. And so I'm a little awkward when people come up to me, anybody. So I'm just like kind of awkward, like, no, I'm so sorry, like, I don't. And then she's just like, God bless you. And she wasn't that type of homeless person that was just like kind of petty about it, or like just hurt, or like taken in some type of way. And I felt for her. I felt that, and I wanted to help her deep down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I wanted to so bad go back and help her. And I'm thinking over here, like, oh, you see me how I am today, but this is not how I always am. Like, sometimes I can struggle too. Sometimes all of us, we're struggling too. And so it's like you think like, oh, you don't have nothing to give. But that's not true. And especially going to church, that kind of has taught me that too, is like, it's not like we never have nothing. If we have little blessings like a roof over our head, food, a warm meal at night, a warm bed to sleep in, like company, it's like little blessings that we dismiss, life luxuries that not everybody has access to. And I'm so grateful for having just people that I can connect with and people that I can rely on. And you may think that you don't. Like, a lot of times I still think that I feel like too alone, but God reminds me that I'm not alone. And that's how, what I'm saying, through good deeds, through other people. And for that homeless person, like, me thinking that I wasn't enough, but I am enough. And now thinking back to it, and I could have done more, and I would have wanted to do more. And I think we need to do more, all of us, for each other, in terms of support, instead of like envy or just like jealousy or just wanting to take what's not ours. I know they say that it's the thought that counts, but like, I do feel like I want to do more and I want to help more, and we should take action on that. I definitely need to take action on that. Like Jesus, what did he have? He didn't grow up rich. You know what I'm saying? And he still found ways to give back, and he still found ways to bless others. So Jesus is the ultimate teacher, and I'm trying to remember that I made that promise that I want to align more with Jesus and his ways. You know what I'm saying? So I have to constantly remember that. What is wrong with me and my speech lately? Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to like stutter so much and all that, so I don't have to cut the video so much. But this is just what happens, guys. No, but literally, I saw a literal sign going home that said, live life more joyfully. And I was like, that's so funny, because I was just thinking like how thankful and how joyful I should be for the life that I have, and not think of everything that I don't have. And it's like, we go through periods of struggle. It's normal. Even the richest people, even the most successful people go through periods of struggle, even if it's not about money, if it's not about other things, if it's not about money, it's other things, So I have to remind myself that we're all human and we all go through things, and It's all a process. Y'all remember? So keep calm and carry on from like the 2000s. Yeah. Keep calm, carry on. And, you know, just learn to be joyful in the little things in everyday life. And maybe you can start to see how blessed you really are. And I'm not saying like, oh, like you have to fake it till you make it. You know, I know a lot of us, we wear a mask every day because of whatever reason, you know, the job that we have to work at, the relationship, the family that we were put in. And all of that is just like part of the process, is what I'm saying. It's like, if you're going through a struggle with whatever in that area, it's because you're meant to learn something from it and apply it to your life, your future self, your higher self, and use that as your superpower. I was listening to Chris Brown's Superhuman as well. I love that song. I'm feeling all superhuman, you did this to me. Superhuman, all day with me. Nothing has got me here with you. Superhuman, superhuman, superhuman. It's not a bird, not a plane. It's my heart and it's going all the way. My only weakness is you.
Y'all know when I start singing, I gotta go. So TTYL, hope this helped.
I can do anything. I'm gonna have to edit this out.